Hi, it's Katie Taylor with the Goodman Taylor Team at Keller Williams Sonoran Living. If you are watching this video, you are likely getting ready to sign a listing agreement. This video will go over the Arizona residential listing contract. It will answer questions that we get a lot from clients. If you do have further questions, please don't hesitate to contact your agent. So on the first part, we're going to list the parties, obviously. We're going to have your name, and then the broker's name, and then your agent's name. Your agent is working as an agent of the broker. Section 2 has the property. It has the address, as well as the tax assessor's number and the legal description. So make sure that all of those parts are filled out when you're reviewing your listing agreement and getting ready to sign it. Number 3 goes over the price and the terms. So we use the same agreement for listing the house to sell as well as listing the house to rent. So make sure that one of those boxes is checked depending on what we're listing for. The next section is the price. So here is where we determine the price for either the sale or the rent. One will be blank. We can change the price at any time. So a lot of times I'll send a listing agreement to my clients immediately so that I can start pre-marketing it and talking to other buyers that may be interested before we actually get it on the MLS. So know that even if we have a price in here right now and 3 weeks later we're ready to put it on the MLS and the price has increased or decreased, we can go in and change that quickly with one document. So don't hesitate letting us know if you do want to reevaluate the price before we actually go active. The listing term generally will start today and it will end at a predetermined time. Most of my listings go for 6 to 12 months depending on the situation and the market. Let's see, this goes over that you are of sound mind and body. You have full power of authority to enter this agreement. Let's see. Broker and owner shall comply with all federal, state, and local fair housing laws and regulations. So we are non-discriminatory in choosing a buyer for your home. Section 4 goes over the compensation. So if your agent is charging a retainer fee, that's where this will be. Generally, we don't charge a retainer fee. Line 39 goes over the price that you've negotiated with your agent. So this is the listing commission or the service charge. On this one, it is showing a 6% of the gross sales price. And then of that 6%, we pay the other agent half of that. So the other agent will be getting 3%. Again, these numbers may be different depending on the situation. If you're not doing a sale and you're doing a rental, then this section will be filled in. Let's see. If you are doing a rental and there's a rental renewal or extension price, that will be filled in also. Or if it's purchased by the tenant, generally we will do an after expiration. So if somebody who looked at the house while we had it listed doesn't buy it and our listing expires and then they come back within a certain set of time, you would still be responsible for paying a commission. So in this contract, the set date is 60 days after the expiration. So just be aware of that. Just stay in contact with your agent. So failure to complete. So even if you change your mind and you decide that you are not going to sell, but we've already found you a buyer and we're ready to close, even if you cancel at that point, because our services have been completed, you may still be required to pay the brokerage. So make sure you read that. Let's see. Section 5 goes over the fixtures and the personal property that's included with the home when you sell it. So a good rule of thumb is if there's something in the house that you don't want included, like a special chandelier from your mother that sits over your dining room table, I would tell you to replace that before we put it on the market, just so there's no confusion with buyers. Ask your agent if you have questions. Generally, we say if you could turn the house upside down, anything that would fall out is not a fixture. Anything that would stay attached is a fixture and should stay with the house. But again, your agent will be able to go over those items with you if you have questions. Here you can decide if you'd like to include your refrigerator, your washer dryer, or your above ground spa, including the equipment in the sale. And then if you are leasing a solar system or something like that, we'll need to include that here and get information on that for buyers. Section 6 says that the broker is representing you, the owner of the house. We may show other buyers that are represented by our brokerage the house, but before we represent anybody else, we would talk to you. If an agent is going to go into limited representation, so if an agent's going to represent the buyer and the seller, we do allow that in Arizona, but there will be a conversation and there will be additional documents to sign. Let's see. So the broker is not responsible for anything in the property or its management. We will put the house on the MLS, the multiple listing service, and there it is sent out to over 700 different websites. It's syndicated so that the majority of people will be able to see it. This also says that you will allow us to put a sign in the front yard. If that's not something you want, obviously we'll have that conversation and this is not box will be checked. This allows us to do videos and photos of the house and to post those. Let's see, this says that we can put a lockbox on the house. We do this so that buyers can access it with their agents. Only licensed agents that are with the board and have subscribed to a code of ethics are able to access the lockbox. This says that we are allowed to accept backup offers. If you are interested in having your agent withhold verbal offers or withholding all offers, once you go under contract, please let us know and we'll check those boxes. Section 8 goes over the owner obligations. Some of those things include disclosing everything you know about the house and the property. It goes over keeping the electricity and the utilities on the entire time it's listed and under contract. It goes over paying your homeowner's insurance and, continuing to uphold everything while you're under contract. It also says that you indemnify us. See, Section 9 says that if we disagree, we will go to arbitration or mediation instead of a lawsuit immediately. Let's see. Any additional terms and conditions will be listed here. And then everything that is done by the agent or any agreement is going to be done in writing unless otherwise provided. So this is our listing agreement. If you agree to this, then you'll go ahead and sign and date. This section 12 shows you that the agent is a member of the We Serve Board of Realtors and we subscribe to the Code of Ethics. So that will be signed by your agent. Again, if you have any other questions about this form, please don't hesitate to contact your agent. They're always happy to answer questions.